Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, that means something is something very important. And of course, it's not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people who are. It's not really important to the 80 to 90% of you. Listener's discretion is advised. If you want the hardcore truth and evidence, you come here for all your knowledge. I'm also a schizoaffective individual, not a mental illness, not a delusional purpose, person. And so if you have questions before you comment, that will be much more recommended rather than making biased judgments. So if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. Everything is monitored, screened, and approved of. I'm not here to look for popularity, just doing my noble deeds as I am living in this life. So, shall we talk about the topic today? Okay. So far, my day is good. If you want to know a brief synopsis about myself or summary about myself, you read the description box below. This video, I'm your friendly neighborhood sexologist, and I'm not your rabbit, man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I wish a motherfucker would. But of course, they don't, so that's good. But I have been tried before in the past. And of course, this video is going to be called Leverage and Relationships. Of course, it's out there somewhere. It's not nothing new. Having leverage in a relationship means that you're protecting yourself, killing two birds with one stone. And I saw a video out there which talks about a little bit of leverage, but I'm keeping it down to a nitty gritty for you guys. Okay? Alpha males have leverage. Beta males don't have any leverage. Beta males don't have high standards either. You just don't have high standards. And for females, they have leverage because they have a pussy and a mouth, okay? And they also have an asshole. But if you are a male, you have to understand that you are at a disadvantage because lots of males, statistically, Caucasian and Orientals commit suicide because of this lack of not putting their Johnson in the hole somewhere. Okay. So you lose your advantage, your leverage, your advantage. Okay. So when you become simple with women and you ask for certain things, your leverage starts off with conversation by having an application process. I've talked about this many times before in the past, but I'll keep doing it. By having an application process, you save yourself time. Sex is not important on your mind. That rhymes. Oh, look at the sunshine. Look at that sun. That glare. Sex is not important on your mind. Your goal is to have a family. Family is business. And business is trade. Okay. So when you start off with females who are particularly below your pay grade, which most females would be, because what you women do, what women, whoever's watching me, I know women don't usually watch my videos, women use their cunning of beauty and vagina power, okay? And even if you're not encountering them, okay, understand that they can attack you from a distance. Look at that glare, look at that sun. And if you're a very well-off person, a very known person, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, like Bill Cosby, for example. When he talked about the key elements of ridding society of problems which may affect all of us, especially in America, because I live in America, yeah. You have to make sure you come up with a plan. When you come up with a plan, be careful, because one sex may not like the other sex. One hand might not like what the other hand is doing. So that's why you always think about things in advance. To have leverage means that you have an application process. And women have an application process, but it's very small. Either you have no money or you don't. They don't care about your personality. You have no, this is what I was told by women, you know, you don't have no money. And even if you're attractive now these days, the millennials are becoming and transforming themselves into a part of the matriarch. Okay, so let's say you're a sugar daddy, or you're even the pimp now these days. I've heard through the grapevine that they are going to try to take you to court because they've been relying upon your funds, even if you're not in a relationship. So you better be careful, guys. You've already been warned because I made a video about this a long time ago, a little while ago. Okay? So that's their leverage. The courts is their leverage. So what do a guy do to protect himself from the courts as a leverage? You gotta kill that bitch, right? Okay. But I don't recommend it, but it's a fast way, okay? I ain't saying to do a Jack the Ripper or anything, but I'm just saying that, hey, if you can do it professionally, you gotta put fear in the bitch before she try to take your money and shit and put you in jail for something you didn't even do. Like, motherfucker, right? But anyway, I digress here. Y'all shouldn't be worrying about relationships anyway. It's COVID time. I should be focusing on yourself now because I caused this COVID to happen. I think I did. About 70%. Yeah. I really didn't want it to happen, but it had to happen. I think my wife caused it, as a matter of fact. But having leverage is very important. So when you have an application process, okay, of 10 things, and then you have about 5 things you can tolerate, okay, you got to get prepared for that. Having a plan B and having a plan C, you got to get prepared for that type of shit, you guys. When a female, what is, so give you a great example. Like, sex is the number one thing for males. Once a female stops sex, you can take away 5 things. You tell her that. Just tell her that up front. I mean, once you don't do as I tell you to do in the bed, or you're not even trying to be creative, you're sitting on your back all the time and shit. Then if you want to sit on your back all the time, I'm allowed to have polygyny, bitch. All right? As you boring. Like, goddamn, man. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm telling you to do these things, but you don't want to do it, and you don't feel happy. You don't. A man can use his intuition when he knows a woman ain't good in bed, or she's not happy. So, having leverage over everything, and you putting things, okay, once you take this away, I take these things away. You go to court, I do these things, okay? You've got to have something to back up, and you tell the people in advance. You'll never get caught off guard if you just have a plan C, plan D. You don't never, that's evil bitch if you gotta go to plan D. Jesus Christ. Give her a way out, okay? That's being the nice guy. You know, don't be an evil psychopath. Be a good psychopath. Because people don't know what a psychopath is these days. They just don't know what it is, okay? But that's all I really wanted to say. I want to keep it down into 10 minutes. Y'all men are the victims, so you better be careful because you make more money than women, okay? Women make more money than men through sexuality. But other than that, everything else is for the man, yeah? Okay? Logically. But the porn industry is, the woman has it hands down, okay? So that's all I wanted to say to protect you guys. Leverage over everything. You come up with a solution to a problem of all problems because you have qualities that most men don't have. Okay? Now, if you want to make a spin-off of this video, it's up to you. It's less than 10 minutes. And y'all have a nice motherfucking day, okay? Because I got to go pick up my daughters very shortly, too. Leverage over everything, guys. Alphas do this. They usually tell everything up in the front. Lay all your cards on the table, okay? And then going from there. If something goes awry or array in the wrong direction, you got to plan for that shit, too. Having leverage over things that you want and desire. She takes some things away, which is not much, and you take a lot more away, okay? There you go. Okay? It's not hard, okay? I ain't trying to get too technical about it, but it's that fairly simple. Start off like that. Don't waste time. Okay, she's gonna waste your time, especially if she's living in a developed country. Okay, I keep telling you guys about this, and to be careful. And another thing too, I want to say something here. You guys gotta be careful of women with large families. Okay, they ain't gonna like you. Fuck the family. Fuck the family. If she's close to her family members, you gotta disown her. Okay, her family's is too big. Look what happened to OJ. Okay, he didn't even kill the bitch. Okay, you have somebody get that bitch and shit, and then next thing you know, you find out the family members they talking shit behind your back and shit. You better read OJ's book. If he did it, I don't believe he killed her. He didn't kill his wife. He probably had he just paid somebody. That's all. And her family was too big. But other than that, that's what happens when you fuck with females in the developed countries. Just be careful, you guys. Okay. Peace.